Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I'm in the Hawaiian island of Oahu. With nearly 5 million tourists visiting annually, it's Hawaii's most developed island, known for the bustling city life of Honolulu and famous Waikiki beach. But what does that mean for the native Hawaiian people and their land? And how is it linked to Hawaii's complex history?
It's a military annexation, so our military just came here and kind of took over. There was no treaty of annexation, so.
America, if you go into the history, you're probably not gonna like what you see, what you hear. This is our land. We came here first, right?
I'm happy to be up there.
Yeah.
Very happy.
So would you say you are American and Hawaiian?
American and Hawaiian.
If there had been no Western influence, no Americans, no Europeans had ever set foot here, today, do you think this would be a paradise?
Great question.
I came to Hawaii because I often hear mixed reviews. Is it still paradise or has it lost its soul? I asked the locals to find out. Hawaii became the 50th state of the USA on August 21st, 1959. After statehood, the USA set about developing Hawaii's tourism industry, marketing it as a paradise of the Pacific, an exotic American state where visitors could disconnect from mainland worries and find plenty of aloha spirit in the form of seductive hula dancers, tiki bars, and the surf and sun of Hawaii's beaches. I made it to Waikiki Beach and it's very busy. It's full of tourists. You've got all the big multinational chain hotels backing the beachfront, like your Marriotts and your Hiltons. So it's kind of strange because when I think about Hawaii and the fact that these are islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, in my mind, it should be something a lot more kind of raw and natural, whereas here it feels very much built up, almost like a Miami or something, half city with a beach. A lot of people come here to experience the version of Hawaii that they've been sold. So they might take part in all of these touristic activities, but not really know the true culture behind them or really the history of the island. 1,500 years ago, seafaring Polynesians settled on the Hawaiian Islands, and 1,000 years later, King Kamehameha I founded the sovereign Kingdom of Hawaii. During the reign of the monarchy, Christian missionaries began arriving from the USA. By the 1890s, the descendants of those missionaries had become wealthy businessmen running sugar plantations. They saw the monarchy as an obstacle to becoming more powerful, and together with the help of US military ships sent from the mainland, the sovereign queen, Liliuokalani, was overthrown in 1893. Paving the way for the USA's annexation of the Kingdom of Hawaii. In 1993, US President Bill Clinton issued a formal letter of apology to the people of Hawaii, admitting the illegal overthrow of their government 100 years earlier. I walked along Waikiki Beach and the sunset tonight was amazing. Came across what looks like a hula performance, which is going to start really soon. And it's something I really wanted to see whilst in Hawaii because it's such a huge part of the Hawaiian culture and history. So to this day, it's very special to Hawaiians because it is a strong representation of their identity, of who they are. And we feel like this is something nice to see and really truly Hawaiian. Are you both from the island?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have like background-wise, native Hawaiian?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
So you are background?
I'm just Japanese, so I don't
Japanese,
really have
Hawaiian.
any native
That's cool.
background.
Can I ask you like what hula means to like the culture in Hawaii, the heritage?
I would say, this is how our people told stories back in the day. It used to be it started out with Hula Kahiko, which was the first songs with the ipu, and that's how they told stories, legends, all of that. And
what's the reason that you like to do it, for example, and that you're learning?
At one point, dancing hula in public, it was basically banned from performing and speaking, and so it's extremely important now for us to kind of take that back and share it with everybody. So it's empowering for us.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was very beautiful.
Nice
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye. That was an amazing performance. It was so beautiful. I actually just found out that the girls, the performers, are part of the hula dancing school. So you can go on their website and you can actually sign up for classes or to become a member of the school. So it's just really, really nice to see them sort of living out their passions here in Hawaii, especially doing something that's such a beautiful part of the Hawaiian heritage. And, you know, to be honest, if you start any passion project, to be successful, you need to have a strong and engaging online presence. And that's where the sponsor of this video, Squarespace, can really help you. They make it very easy for you to create a beautiful looking website. And I have an amazing 10% off to offer you today. So they literally have so many customizable templates on all sorts of websites. For example, you can create an e-commerce website if you have something you want to sell, for example, classes or services or even physical products. They have some beautiful templates where you can upload your schedule of classes, you can upload your inventory of products. They also have really powerful payment tools, which means you can offer your customers a variety of ways to pay. So PayPal, Apple Pay, credit card. I also love their marketing tools because you can do things like send out newsletters to keep your customers up to date with any new product that you're launching or any new services or classes. So I just recommend, if you want to build a website, head to squarespace.com/MaliniAngelica. You get a free trial, and then once you're ready to launch your website, just enter my code MaliniAngelica at the final page of checkout, and then you will get 10% off your subscription. So have fun building your amazing website. The question of who gets to call themselves Hawaiian can get you a different answer depending on who you ask. Hawaii isn't just home to the native Kanaka Maoli people. With the need to recruit labour to work the pineapple and sugar plantations, immigrants from Japan, Okinawa, China and the Philippines were welcomed to Hawaii in the 19th century, permanently changing the face of the islands and giving rise to the modern Hawaiian culture we see today. You cannot get any more traditional in Hawaii than the plate lunch. So this is where you really see all the different cultural influences in Hawaiian food. So you always have your scoops of white rice. You've got your pipi kao lau. Pipi kao lau is like your beef jerky with like a soy sauce marinade and it's dried. And the Okinawan sweet potato. And then your sides. So of course you've got the mac salad. You've got your lomi salmon, which is like pieces of salmon in a very sort of citrusy tomato juice. And then you've got your shoyu ahi poke. Then you have the traditional lau lau. I picked pork, you can have beef, chicken, even seafood. And it's cooked in taro leaf and steamed. It's got a really nice sweetness to it. Definitely see like the Asian influences in the food here. Did you come here a lot?
No, we once in a while.
Once in a while?
Yeah.
So this food, how would you describe it?
Excellent Hawaiian.
So you would say it's Hawaiian food?
Hawaiian food,
Yeah. Are you from Hawaii?
I'm from
Yeah. Are you native?
Yeah.
Any mix or fully
Hawaiian,
native?
Chinese, Filipino,
Hawaiian-
English.
Oh wow. Hawaiian, Chinese, Filipino.
English.
How interesting. Yeah. So who gets to call themselves Hawaiian?
I know there's a lot of mixed culture here, you know, I mean,
Do you think like you got to have native Hawaiian blood to call yourself Hawaiian, or can you be?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of Hawaiian blood. I'm about an eighth Hawaiian.
And the eighth Hawaiian.
Eighth Hawaiian.
Okay.
Half Filipino.
Yeah. Well, because that's the interesting thing is you had a lot of obviously Japanese, Filipinos, Okinawans, Portuguese come over during the plantation era. So they're kind of like modern Hawaiian.
Yeah, modern Hawaiian.
Yeah. And now, of course, you've got the American culture adding to the mix.
Yeah, I'm happy to be up there.
Yeah.
Very happy.
So would you say you are American and Hawaiian?
American and Hawaiian.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
All right,
Have a
take
good
care.
day. On the other side of Oahu lies the North Shore. Famous for its big waves and laid-back surfer lifestyle, this part of the island is a glimpse into the Hawaiian lifestyle and the profound connection that locals have with the ocean and natural resources of the land. The North Shore in Oahu, totally different to Waikiki and Honolulu. This is really like the real Hawaii when you come here. So it's quite cool because I get a different feeling. Like this is what I would think about when I think of Hawaii. Just incredible beaches, huge waves, surfers everywhere because this is the birthplace of surfing, of course. And just a very kind of wild, natural, raw beauty. Hi, are you from here?
Yeah.
What do you love about living in Hawaii, in Oahu?
Oh, there's so many things, you know, born and raised here. So I think the number one thing, right, is the way the people are with each other. You watch the people taking care of other people.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good, you know?
Yeah.
You want to help, and then other people want to help. It spreads, you know? It's like...
The aloha spirit.
Yeah, definitely. The aloha spirit is here, you know?
Where do you think that comes from, that family community that the native Hawaiians or the Hawaiian culture has? Where do you think that comes from?
In a Hawaiian way, right? The ancestors, the people who came here before, right? The resources is what brought them together, right? So now it's more the spirit, you know what I mean? The spirits of the ancestors. So, you know, you guys come here from all over the world, right?
Yeah.
You guys want to respect us, right?
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
we want to respect you, right?
Absolutely.
Respect for the ocean, respect for the people, respect for the land, you know?
Hawaii being like part of the USA, do you feel American and Hawaiian, or would you say, no, I'm Hawaiian?
I would say, to me, I know the truth of the land. So once you figure out the truth of the land, what happened, you know, in the history, Hawaiians always have this dignity, right? This is our land. We came here first, right? This is our home, so I am Hawaiian.
Yeah.
America, if you go into the history, you're probably not gonna like what you see, what you hear, and you're gonna understand more why, you know. But then history in itself has been manipulated in books, in stories. But once you get to the truth, then you know, as a person can enjoy more. Because if not, then you're angry, walking around, mad at people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is still Hawaii because it's just how it's always gonna be.
Are you from Hawaii?
Not from here, no.
No?
Lived here the last 4 years though.
Okay. And are you from here? Or you also moved here?
I moved here.
Okay. Favorite things about Hawaii? Living in Hawaii?
Ocean and surfing, I guess.
Surfing.
Right out. Doing a good turn.
Yeah. Can I ask you, like, do you feel like the culture here is like very American, or do you feel like it's different?
It depends on the way you look at it. There are people here who are very local, traditional. My girlfriend, she is native Hawaiian. Very, very like into the local tradition and putting me into it. So it's just all how you look at it. You know, you get all the haoles over here who are just like white and, you know, bring all the American culture. But the culture here, from the Polynesians, from all of them, you know, Samoans, Tongans, Hawaiians, all of them out here, it's just a giant melting pot. You even got like Filipinos, Chinese, Japanese.
Yeah.
It all depends on where you look, how you look at it.
I agree with that, and I think if you don't look for it, you kind of get stuck in your own little bubble. So it's important to like take time to like learn the history, and just do more than like, I don't know, more than the touristy stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's ever a little bit of tension between like the native culture, the native Hawaiians, and then tourists or even like Americans that move here?
Oh yeah.
You do?
For sure. It's military annexation, so our military just came here and kind of took over. There was no treaty of annexation, so
there's
it's
bad
illegal
feelings
occupation of Hawaii.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to let that one go.
Yeah.
Respect really just comes first out here. It's like, it's an ongoing process, obviously, but I think it's really important to know like where this island came from, and like, you know, it's kind of our job to bring it into a better future.
Of course, yeah. So ending my day here at the North Shore in the local town Haleva and trying something which everyone told me you have to try, which is one of the shrimp trucks and get yourself loads of shrimp. So I got the garlic butter. Wow, that is honestly insane. It's been really, really great today coming to the North Shore because it's so interesting when you talk to locals because there's definitely tensions, you know, on the island just because of the situation and the complex history of Hawaii. But I think that people are very united in the fact that they want to preserve, you know, quite literally paradise. And I feel like I've really kind of felt that true soul of Hawaii today. Don't forget to join my YouTube memberships for access to bonus footage from my trips and personal Q&As with me where I answer your questions like where I'm from and how I got started with content creation. The link to join is in the description box below. Kauai is Hawaii's third largest island and was the first Hawaiian island to be reached by British explorer and navigator James Cook in 1778. It's known as the Garden Isle because of the lush tropical rainforests covering much of its surface. And so far, it's managed to resist the destruction and overdevelopment of land seen in neighbouring Oahu Island. With Hawaii importing 90% of its food today, many native Hawaiians like Anoka are working with indigenous-led non-profit organisations to restore traditional agricultural systems in a bid to increase food security and educate young people about their ancestral traditions and values.
So when Cook arrived in Waimea, he actually took a walk. He ventured up this valley straight in front of us. 9 to 10 miles deep in this valley, he noted the amount of food systems that was being produced through this valley. So back in the old days, taro or kalo was the staple crop.
Yeah. And taro is like underground?
Yes.
Yes, under
rooted
the soil. Rooted vegetable, would you say?
Vegetable.
Taro.
Taro.
So he really came here and saw like the amazing natural
The bread
produce,
basket of the
bread
Pacific.
basket, as you said.
Walking into here and seeing that amount of productivity going on brings up, in my mind, the difference between sustainable and abundance. Because he also noted the amount of food and that was brought to his boats as he visited all the islands, you know? So that begs the question, are we sustainable or were we abundant at the time?
People came here first, and maybe you could say they were living in a paradise, like you said, with a very deep connection to the land. But then you have what you see today, which is a lot of corporate greed and a lot of development of the land. Are you losing native crops? Are you losing your independence to grow your own food and things like that?
There's a lot of things going on to the land that is based on greed. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so...
Well, it's development of the land for corporate ends. I guess you see it already happening in Oahu a lot, in Honolulu.
Even here, there has been a constant battle, for lack of a better word, to protect the rights that people have, whatever people live on in Hawaii, the access to water and the access to land. So we are just one of many other farmers and many other organizations that are trying to do their best to, I guess, restore or, you know, rehabilitate, you know, and try to highlight what we can do with what we have to create a sustainable environment again. So we don't gotta rely heavily on the imports. You know we're fighting against the big gorillas, but they're not gonna stop us because we still know, hey, we can do this, and you know, like, we're gonna show you.
Yeah.
This grow patch is known as a lo'i kalo.
Lo'i kalo.
So kalo for the crop that we're gonna harvest.
That's a taro.
Yeah, and lo'i refers to this wet area that we're in. So, we ready to go in?
Nope.
Ready or not? Here we go. So, one step at a time. Okay. Slowly, slowly. There you go.
Oh, wow.
One step at a time.
I hope you don't
feel the
slip
mud
in.
between your toes.
Yeah.
Give me your wrist. Here. Okay, you're good.
Ooh, it's a very interesting texture on the feet, I must say. Very squidgy. I feel like I need to connect with nature myself, so you know.
That's the spirit. One with the aina.
So this is the bread basket.
This is the bread basket. Let me take this out real
Okay,
quick.
wow.
So the way you harvest this is you use the outside of your foot and you push down against the roots. So basically you're just disconnecting the roots from the mud. What you do is after you clean enough roots off of the plant, and you're gonna cut just below this line here, which is called a kohina, which leaves you just enough meat on the kalo or on the stem to replant in the ground.
This is native to the island, yes?
So taro was brought with the voyagers when they came.
Oh, okay.
So this is a Southeast Asia plant. You can find this
So
in
the
Japan.
Polynesians probably from Southeast
that
Asia,
side,
of
yeah,
course.
if you track it backwards.
Interesting.
So, you wanna get your feet dirty a little bit more?
Okay.
So why don't we do this one? So you take the outside of your foot, outside of your foot, you can press right on the bottom of the root. You just gotta feel with your foot and just press down and go right around the plant. Left foot would be good.
Left foot.
Yeah, give me your wrist so you can lean.
And pull.
There you go. A little bit more. There
Wow. Oh my gosh, there are two.
you go. So let's rinse off the mud and the roots.
So, do I disconnect?
Yeah.
Disconnect them
Yeah.
into two?
You can. Yeah. Just pull off these roots just like this. Yeah, there you go.
Wow. This is amazing.
How do you feel?
It brings to life like the connection to the land,
It does, yeah.
the love for the land.
Love for the land. How you gonna love the land that you on, right? And then what after that? Who else gonna love the land after you? What is your understanding of kupuna?
My understanding of Kupuna now is that they were the originals.
Okay.
So you are the descendants of the Kupuna,
Yeah.
the original or the older generation.
How confident are you in that answer, though?
No.
No, that's a really good answer, you know, because as easy as I can put it, this is our kupuna,
Oh, wow, okay.
you know. Everything you mentioned, they was the one that came before. They set the groundwork, both physically, spiritually, for us to reap from, you know. Every time I come into this space, I think of my grandparents. The act of passing that knowledge down is what we trying to continue on. you
Yeah.
know.
If, let's say, this Hawaii and the islands was still inhabited by the only native Hawaiians,
Okay.
there had been no Western influence, no Americans, no Europeans had ever set foot here.
Okay.
Today, do you think this would be a paradise?
Great question. If no outside influence, I believe they were in a state of being that could have prolonged it.
You do?
Yeah. But I think the system that was built back in the day that was able to regulate that so-called greediness was set in a way that it would have naturally balanced itself.
Yeah.
And that ideology, I'm sure, is common throughout indigenous cultures in the world.
Yeah. In a world where indigenous peoples were not wiped out so much and marginalized, you might have a paradise.
You know, going back to paradise, I love the way you said this is, and almost this whole time, paradisical. That's a good word to me because I've never viewed this place as a paradise.
You haven't?
I've always looked at my home as home.
Yeah.
So thank you. I appreciate you being here and helping me enjoy this paradise. Now,
Well, thank you for helping me get my feet muddy.
well, you know, anytime you need a pedicure, you know where to find us.
This is the famous north shore of Kauai Island, and I just had to come here because this is where you have the Napali Coast. the most incredible mountains. So I'm in Hanalei Bay right now. It's just incredible. The mountains in the background are amazing. It kind of just really makes me feel like this is the true Hawaii, like so unspoilt and virgin and so much greenery. Unfortunately, because it's winter and it's pretty stormy and rainy, I cannot do a boat tour to the Napali coast and I can't do a helicopter ride, but I'm going to try and get closer to it and hike to one of the beaches along the coast. I have like the utmost respect for those people who came over in canoes, you know, thousands of years ago and just lived amongst this lush vegetation. I mean, it's just incredible. You really sort of understand the connection that the original people, the Polynesians, the Kanaka Maui people had to the land, to this land, to the islands. So there is a trail that I'm going to do, the Kalalau Trail. I'm going to hike to the beach, Hanakapiai Beach, and hopefully along the way there are going to be some epic views of the Napali coast and the mountains. I'm super excited. This trail is amazing because you're literally walking along the Napali coast, so you just have the Pacific Ocean right next to you, and it is just so powerful. From here, you can already see views of the Napali coast, and it is breathtaking. The mountains are out of this world, incredible. This is where they filmed Jurassic Park, and it's the most famous thing to see on Kauai Island. It really shows off like the stunning natural beauty of this island. Wow, this is unbelievable. Totally paradise. This hike was so worth it. It's the best hike I've done in Hawaii, and just the nature and the landscapes the whole way to the beach is just wow. Hawaii is America. That fact is pretty much visible everywhere you look on the island. And yet it also never gave up what was there before, and the layers and layers that have come since. It's a complex, conflicted, hopelessly beautiful place, which at first glance looks like true paradise. But Hawaii is also a victim of the greed of those who want a piece of that paradise. Only with the preservation of its native culture, land, and people can the unique identity and spirit of the islands be maintained and passed on to future generations. For those of us who are mere visitors, we can all make a conscious effort to learn about the island's heritage and seek out native-led experiences. After all, that's where the true magic of the islands lies.
Shout out to Molokai, yeah.